Our CBS News Confirmed team talked to a spokesperson for the city of Springfield, Ohio. She said there are, quote, no credible reports or specific claims of pets being harmed by migrants. A county parks official said the same.
At the heart of the eating dogs and cats story is a test. And that test came from Tiny Fingers and Johnny Donuts when they decided to take a story they knew that wasn't true and say it was true repeatedly. They wanted to see if their Kid Rock Nation would believe them or the people who live in Springfield and the media, not just here, but around the world. Journalists from everywhere, from the BBC to the India Times, all wanted to know if immigrants were eating people's pets. It was a test.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. This is what Donald Trump said during the presidential debate. Fact checkers dismissed Donald Trump's wild claim as a gross exaggeration. But here are 3 reasons why Trump said what he did in the presidential debate.
What in the hell is this?
Republicans thought to themselves, well, damn, if we can make these mouth-breathing, flag-waving, fox-watching hillbillies believe this, we're home. And so far, they've been really successful.
J.D. Vance, in an interview with CNN's Dana Bash, doubled down on the false claim, but provided no evidence for it. Then Vance said this.
If I have to create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana.
Vance actually admits it. It was all bullshit, but necessary to highlight Springfield's battle with illegals. Except the Springfield mayor and police say, hey, we're okay. We're handling it fine. And by the way, the eating and the cat thing, shut the f*** up.
In Portage County, Ohio, near Cleveland, the local sheriff is urging residents to take down the addresses of supporters of Vice President Kamala Harris, suggesting he would send undocumented residents to live with them if Harris wins the election.
The whole thing started a couple weeks back. Springfield City Manager Brian Heck got a call in the morning of September 9th from a staff member from J.D. Vance's office. The staffer wanted to know if there was any truth to the bizarre rumors about Haitian immigrants and pets in Springfield. He asked point blank, are the rumors true of pets being taken and eaten? And he was told, no, there was no evidence at all or reports to show this was true. He told them the claims were baseless. Springfield's Mayor Rob Rue, a registered Republican, said, hey, this is all BS. We've told you that time and time again. Even the governor of Ohio, another Republican, Mike DeWine, dismissed the claims as crazy and false. By then, though, Vance had already posted the rumor to the 2 million followers on Twitter.
At last check, the post has been viewed more than 9 million times. Our CBS News Confirmed team talked to a spokesperson for the city of Springfield, Ohio. She said there are, quote, no credible reports or specific claims of pets being harmed by migrants. A county parks official said the same.
Yet he kept the post up and repeated an even more insistent version of the claim the next day.
Well, first of all, city officials have not said it's not true. They've said they don't have all the evidence.
They said they have no evidence.
We've heard from a number of constituents on the ground, Caitlin, who both firsthand and secondhand reports saying this stuff is happening.
If someone calls your office and says they saw Bigfoot, that doesn't mean they saw Bigfoot. Why? I mean, you have a sense of responsibility as a running mate, and he certainly does as the candidate to not promote false information,
Look,
right?
Caitlin, it's a totally fair point, but nobody's calling my office and saying that they saw Bigfoot. What they're calling and saying is we're seeing migrants kidnap our dogs and cats.
But this is more than just political. There was a test to see how stupid Trump supporters are, and they passed. But there's also a cost to Haitians and the city of Springfield, and it's growing.
At least 2 schools in Springfield, Ohio were closed for a second day because of bomb threats tied to a baseless rumor spread by Donald Trump. At this week's debate, Trump claimed Haitian migrants in the city were eating dogs and cats. It was widely mocked, but there's nothing funny about this. 2 days later, someone began emailing bomb threats, which included hateful remarks about Haitians that forced the evacuation of City Hall and the evacuation of and closure of schools. Springfield's mayor clearly puts some of the blame on Trump, saying, quote, anybody on the national stage that takes a microphone needs to understand what they could do to communities like Springfield with their words. They're not helping. They're hurting communities like ours with their words.
Nobody's eating cats. Nobody's eating dogs. We all just want to live and flourish and raise our families.
And it gets worse and even more racist. The very specific lie that Haitians were eating cats and dogs made them vulnerable to Trump's idiotic followers who don't even know where Haiti is.
But former President Donald Trump, campaigning on the West Coast, doubled down today, claiming again that Haitian immigrants have ruined the small Midwestern city. And he said that if he's reelected, he'll start his mass deportation plan there.
They've destroyed place. And people don't like to talk about it because even the town doesn't like to talk about it because it sounds so bad for the town.
Trump thrust Springfield into the national spotlight at Tuesday's debate, making this false claim that Haitian immigrants are eating pets.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
The mayor of Springfield, Ohio, the police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio have all debunked this story about people eating pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools and kids being evacuated. Why do you still spread this false story?
The real threat is what's happening at our border.
But like I said, Trump and Johnny Donuts will say anything about immigration to try and scare their limited intelligence base of followers, even making it up. Like Trump's repeated claim that immigrants are coming from other countries' prisons and insane asylums. By the way, that's how Trump started talking about Hannibal Lecter. His brain is so fried. He started talking about insane asylums, and then he thought of Silence of the Lambs, and then, well, the train went off the tracks.
Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen The Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter is a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner as this poor doctor walked by. I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter. Congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
And of course, Fox News never once challenged Trump or Vance on these claims. So their lowbrow viewers hopped right on board. And now, 75% of Republicans believe Haitians eat cats and dogs. But they don't believe the 60 court decisions that Trump lost in 2020. Goebbels said it, if you lie long enough, it becomes the truth. But Nazis had nothing on this guy.
But we know one thing for sure. Trump never loses. And so if he's not declared the winner of 2024, as in 2020, it must be because he was treated unfairly. Now, look, Trump can't tell the difference between what's true and what's false. It's not that he lies a lot, because to lie, you have to do it consciously. He just can't tell the difference. So he makes up what he wants to say at any given time. If it happens to comport with what everybody else sees, well, that's fine. And if it doesn't comport with anybody else, he doesn't really care.
The irony is, should Trump win, he'll have it all, and there will be nothing left to stop him. Here's what he's saying. He will dismantle our democracy.
Seemingly out of nowhere, called for the suspension of the Constitution as yet another attempt to overturn the 2020 election.
He'll imprison women for disobeying their husbands. He will deport 11 million people, destroying our economy. He will allow Russia to invade Europe. He'll execute drug dealers without a trial. He will fire 50,000 government workers and replace them with Trump loyalists. He will then sick the pardoned January 6 criminals. He will then sick the pardoned January 6 criminals on protesters, and he will never leave office.
President for life, that sounds good.
Oh yeah, and after all that, he'll still lie.
I'm ready, let's go.
Damn right.
Hi, what's up?
Shut the f*** up, Donnie.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Trust me.
Who's with me? Oh yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.